Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Tamara. Today we are back with our fantasy series, and we are discussing book 1 in our latest pick, Daughter of the Pirate King. If you would like to see this in video format without ad breaks, you'll need to head on over to Patreon to sign up. We also have an after show available on Patreon and Spreaker. If after shows and exclusive audio content is your preference, you'll need to join as a supporter on the Spreaker app. Sign up today and gain access right away. Don't forget, you can also join me and my 2 co-hosts over on the Book Club's app for even more book chats. Please subscribe and like the podcast wherever you're listening. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can find me pretty much everywhere at Shelf Addiction. Joining me today is feature co-host Casey from Heart Full of Ink. Welcome back, Casey.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here.
All right. Tell everyone where they can find you online.
You can find me on Facebook at Heartful of Ink, on Instagram at Casey_Heartful of Ink, or on my website, heartfulofink.com.
Awesome. So first up, y'all, we have our shelf updates. Woo, woo.
Woo!
I love this segment. I really do. I'm glad we started doing it.
No, this is fun.
Yeah. So first up, we got to check out our currently reading shelf or recently reading, whichever. I'll start with what I'm currently reading. I'm reading the oh-so-famous Onyx Storm. It came this week. It released this week,
Woo!
The week that we're recording. And of course, like everyone else, got to do it. It has to be done.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. And we're going to cover it on the podcast next week, actually.
Yes.
So
I
no
hope
time
my
like
copy
the other.
arrives in the mail before next week so I have time to read it. Because goddamn, the drama.
Cross my fingers for you because the suspense is killing me. But y'all know I also had to get the audiobook version too. So that came before the book did. So the audiobook version was available right away. Mm-hmm. And I started that. And then, of course, then I started reading it. And the audiobook has been great because I've been doing my little book nook.
Ooh,
so I just put on the
yes.
audiobook while I'm building this very tedious but fun item called a book nook. Y'all seen them all over Book Talk, I'm sure, where people put together these little miniatures and put it on a shelf. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you follow me on somewhere, Instagram or TikTok, I'll probably post the finished product. Hopefully it looks as good as I expect it to.
I mean, the pieces you showed me were super cute. So like...
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm telling you, it took hours to do every little piece, y'all. We're talking cutting out book covers and gluing them to the wooden book. Yay. Like 30 times over, you have to do that. And then you're making little books with like little folded paper. So it looks like, you know, when you open a book, the pages. Oh, so much work. It's adorable, though. It does. It's adorable. But yeah. So that's what I've been currently reading. I don't have anything recently finished because I just needed a break. So I took a little time off last week. But what about you, Casey? What have you been reading?
So we read Butcher and Blackbird, and I immediately went out and got Leather and Lark. Love it. We'll talk about it later. And then I got super duper sick. And I have been just laying in bed, having weird dreams and not reading anything.
Oh, shit, girl. That sucks.
It's been awful.
I can relate because I had the flu last week.
Yeah, no, I had the flu this week.
Oh my God.
We're it back and forth.
We don't even live close to each other, but it happened. One after another, like a domino.
Apart, but it's somehow.
But are all your people sick too?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's sick.
Yeah, mine too. My in-laws are sick. You know, Kevin was sick. We're all sick.
It sucks.
I had a little one-up on everybody, though. I had this stuff, the Magic Mind performance shot in the sleep elixir.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were telling me about that last time with the performance.
Yeah. So during the day, I was able to, you know, get up because I was trying to do stuff and work and read. And, you know, I was feeling sluggish and bad, you know, because, you know, the flu. Mm-hmm. But the performance shot gave me a little boost, which was excellent. And then I felt like I was suddenly cured for a couple of hours, which is great.
Ooh, I feel like I need that right now.
You need some. I'm going to send you some.
But what about the sleep elixir? Did it help you actually sleep while you were sick?
Actually, surprisingly, yes. I feel like, you know, I couldn't really get comfortable. I was sitting up on these pillows. I was kind of like just just couldn't really fall asleep well. But after I took the sleep elixir, I actually drifted off pretty quickly. And I woke up feeling more refreshed than I expected. You don't really expect to get really good sleep when you have the flu, but that helped me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I have been, terrible sleep. Can't fall asleep because you're coughing, sneezing, all the gross stuff. But the sleep elixir sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is. And, it doesn't knock you out completely. So it just kind of helps guide you to sleep, so you don't feel like a zombie or something.
Oh, that's nice. So these products are actually helpful when you're not feeling your best?
Oh, I think so. The performance shot can give you a bit of a mental edge during the day, and the sleep can help you get the much needed rest. But y'all, I'm not a doctor, and these are not miracle cures, but I use it. And of course, I enjoy it. But of course, as always, proper rest and hydration are still important when you're sick. You can't just be like, I'm going to take Magic Mind. Poof, I'm better. It don't really work like that.
It never does. But it's always nice to have that extra boost and that extra pep in your step when you're sick, and like that little extra, I don't know, elixir in your pocket to be like, yeah, let's take some of this and see if it helps. But the fact that it actually helps is great.
Yeah, and since you've been sick, I'm actually going to drop some in the mail to you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I think it's really going to help, for real. Like with the sickness going around.
Yes.
We need something.
Oh, yeah. No, this has been awful.
Yeah. So with everyone else getting sick, unfortunately, I can't help everyone else, but they can't help themselves. Mm-hmm. So you guys, if you are sick, you might need to get some and give it a try. If you know people that are sick, you need to get some of this and give it a try. You can try the combo for yourself with a 45% off discount this month by clicking my link in the show notes, or you can go to magicmind.com/shelfaddictJAN. So have at it. Let me know if you guys enjoy it, if it helps you the way it helped me.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's episode. I'm feeling better, so I'm ready to gear up for my TBR shelf. And I do have one thing on deck that is really priority. So I might have mentioned this before, but shit gets in the way, and who actually reads their TBR, right? You try to.
Nobody.
But, right. So after I finish Onyx Storm and next month's buddy read, then I plan on starting The Couple Next Door by Shari LaPena. And like I said, I might have mentioned it before, but I'm going to really get it done this time since the US TV show adaptation came out on Stars this month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, I love me a good adaptation. We watch them for our stuff. The UK watchers had access to it like this past November. And of course, everything comes late to us.
Of course. So. Rude, but yes.
Yeah. And I feel like the guy who is in Outlander is also in this show. So the main guy from Outlander.
Ooh, he's pretty.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna read the book, because I can't watch it then read the book, so I gotta read the book first. So that's priority on my TBR. What about you? Do you have anything coming up?
Well, we're doing Onyx Storm next week, and 1, I'm still waiting for my book to show up, and 2, I told myself I was gonna reread Fourth Wing, but I haven't even touched it since I've been sick all week. So we'll see if I
suspect that's going to fall through. That's going to fall through.
Yeah, no. Unless I
don't reread.
Turn on the audiobook and power speed through it or something.
Don't even do that. Let me tell you how I prepared. Since I
how did you prepare?
I was sick the week before. And we talked about rereading these books. But I just watched YouTube videos recapping them.
That's smart. Okay. Because, the last time I read Fourth Wing, and the only time I read Iron Flame was last January, right before our podcast. Haven't touched them since. It's been a full year.
No. And those books are big. I don't know if you're going to be able to get them all done. I mean, you're going to have to really hone in and slam through those things to get all 3 books done by next week.
I'd have to skim through Fourth Wing, skim through Iron Flame, then get Onyx Storm. Yeah, no, it probably won't happen.
Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. You know that meme. Don't do it.
Okay. That's off my TBR. It's done. I don't know what I'm reading next.
Look, let everyone else's effort be some benefit to you. Because I mean, yeah, you can also go back and listen to our podcast and you'll definitely get the feelings
yeah.
that you were feeling. But if you want a deep dive, because we don't really do
Yes.
deep dive, scene by scene, chapter by chapter, we don't do all of that, but there are others out there that do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's helpful because I was like, oh, yeah, I did remember some things I had totally forgotten.
Mhm.
Although, even with all of those recaps, still the first 100 pages of this book, I'm like, the fuck? Did that happen? You know how it is. So,
I know how it is.
Yeah, so good luck with finishing Onyx Storm. Hopefully you get it today or tomorrow.
I hope so. It better show up soon, or I'm gonna call the postal service and yell at them.
Oh my god! So what is it saying the delivery ETA is?
Saturday.
Okay,
It
it's a
for
couple
some
days
reason
away.
it ended up in Alabama. So I don't know what the hell is going on. It's just like loop de loop de loop. Started out in Atlanta, came up to Chattanooga, went down to Alabama. It's just
it went somewhere wrong in the sorter.
Yeah, it just.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna cross my fingers for you. You need that thing quickly.
You. I do.
I mean, this book is huge, y'all. It's like, let me look right fast. 527 pages.
Wasn't the last one 800 pages, or am I thinking of a totally different book?
You know what? Let me just look since I have it right here. Iron Flame was 623 pages.
Ooh, so it's 100 pages less.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm okay with it. They don't have to be bigger each time.
They really don't.
I'm okay with it. Although I'm annoyed that one has dragons, the new one has dragons on it, and the other doesn't.
The very original Fourth Wing, when it first came out, before the big hype, it had dragons.
Iron Flame did? Did they have
Fourth Wing? I don't think Iron Flame ever did, but
Okay, so why would they mess up like that? Why would you skip Iron Flame?
Because they're cheap? I don't know.
But yeah, we got some drama to talk about with Onyx Storm. We'll be talking about that in the after show. So if you want to get caught up on all the Onyx Storm drama from book deliveries, the Target exclusive, all that bullshit that was going on this week, you want to join us in the after show because I have notes, I have comments, and actually my book itself, I have comments. So
yeah,
you'll want to hear what I have to say about that. But I think it's time for the main event. What do you think?
I think we should.
Okay, so
the Pirate Queen daughter.
What's the name of the book? I don't know.
Remember the name of the book? I'm looking at it. Oh my god.
I'm
so sorry.
Okay, so look, we're gonna take a quick break.
Pirate King.
We're gonna take a break, girl. You can get it together over this break.
Oh god.
You guys, by listening to these commercials, you are supporting the podcast. We will be right back. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready now? You got it? Okay.
Daughter of the Pirate King. Queen is the second book, right?
Yes. What is it? Daughter of the Siren Queen, I think is the second book, I think.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. So, of course, you guys, before we begin, I want to remind you that, as always with Book Chats, we talk full spoilers here. So, spoiler alert, you have been warned. Today we are discussing Daughter of the Pirate King, written by Tricia Levenseller. The audiobook is narrated by Marissa Kalin. First published February 17th, 2017 by Fuel and Friends and Macmillan Audio. The hardcover is 308 pages. The unabridged audio is 7 hours and 25 minutes. Casey, would you kindly share the synopsis?
Sent on a mission to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove, 17-year-old pirate captain Olosa deliberately allows herself to be captured by her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. More than a match for the ruthless pirate crew, Olosa has only one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and unfairly attractive first mate Raiden. But not to worry, for Alosa has a few tricks up her sleeve, and no lone pirate can stop the daughter of the Pirate King.
All right, pretty simple synopsis there.
Very straightforward. Very.
Yeah. So high level. When you finish the book,
I don't remember. I've been so popped up on Dayquil and NyQuil and Sudafed and everything else in between that this morning I was like, what was this book and what has been a fever dream? So I remember I laughed at some things.
Okay.
And I thought it was cute, but I can't tell you anything else. I'm so sorry.
Look, it is what it is, girlie. I understand. So when I finished the book, to be really transparent here, I was like, oh, okay. And I was sitting there trying to rack my brain about why I gave this the rating I did on the first read. I could not quite recall what I liked about this so much.
I mean, I remember it was cute, and there were times where I was laughing because she's out loud saying stuff like, oh, woe is me, but in head, she's like, I'm going to kill him first, and then kill this dude, and do this, and do that, and I was like, this is really funny to see that duality. I don't know if I should be laughing, but I am laughing at it.
I don't remember laughing, but
laugh, and I'm like, oh, haha, this is cute. Or like, this is kind of funny. Like, it was, I don't know.
So let's just put it this way. I think I must have been in an excellent reading space in 2017 because I think I enjoyed it a lot more the first time around than the second time around. I did not remember any of the things from this book when I started it, so I felt like I was reading it again for the first time pretty much. And I do agree with like your, I guess, thoughts on like how the main lady is like, you know, she's fun. Alosa's kind of witty. I like that she's a lot more powerful than she's leading on. She's trying to trick people. I like that about her character. So there are things to enjoy about her in that way. But I just don't feel the rating that I gave it last time. Like something about it just isn't, I don't know, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it's very, very YA. And I mean that in the best possible way. Like, if I was 16 reading this for the first time, I think I'd be like 5 stars, glowing all the way, because this is perfect for like 15, 16, even 17-year-old girls.
Yeah, it is very YA. Even though there was some killing in there.
I mean, yeah, no, it's very bloody. There's lots of killing. There's torture. There's threats of rape.
Yeah.
There's kissing and getting boys naked, even though she's knocking them out to search their rooms.
And it's not really, but none of it was really very
gory.
Detailed.
Yeah, it wasn't detailed. It wasn't gory.
It was all kind of iced over. And maybe that might be what is making it so YA. Like, you know, there's a threat of something, but it doesn't happen.
There's a threat, but it's very muted. She's being more silly than vengeful. Yeah. It was cute.
And once you realize how powerful she actually is, there's really no threat to her at all. Not really.
Absolutely not. And I kind of wish they had brought that up sooner in the book. Like, it felt really weird that halfway through she's like, oh yeah, and by the way, I'm a siren. And now we're going to spend half the book talking all about my powers. I was like, I don't know. That felt weird.
It kind of switched gears pretty quickly. And I think the original motivation was kind of lost.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're right. Like, we were talking about her being a siren a lot. And that affected everything once it was kind of out.
Yeah. I mean, she was captured and tortured, and they're like trying to learn her powers and figure out what she can and can't do. And And like it was very focused on that as opposed to the treasure map, which I mean at that point they were off the ship, so it didn't matter.
Right. And okay, so the search for the treasure map was kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. She knew, okay, so the map was on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
So her whole thing was, I'm going to set up for you guys to come and kidnap me, quote unquote, so I can search this ship for the map.
Mm-hmm.
So every time everyone is asleep, I'm going to look. I mean, yeah, it was creative how she finally found the map. That was interesting. But night after night, looking for the map, sneaking around, it kind of just was boring. It's kind of boring to me. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I just was like, I felt no danger for her while she's sneaking around. Oh, the floor creaked. Oh, no. I'm like, oh, no. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just how I felt.
No, it was so. And I guess that's kind of why I had hoped to learn about her siren aspect sooner, just because that might give us something to talk about. I don't know. There was the one scene where she's like, "Oh no, now I have to sneak off the ship and then pretend to get caught," which was very absurd. Like that whole thing was just.
And Bryden called her out. He's like, why did you come this way? You could just walked away.
I know.
He's like, what are you doing? Like, what? He's like, I know something is wrong here.
What did you think about him as a character?
He is flawed. Definitely. He's got some daddy issues from like killing his father. He's got some brother issues. He's got a lot of issues, but I think he's like trying to be a nice guy while remaining a pirate.
Yeah.
And I think some of the things that pirates do kind of conflict with his natural personality. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. No, he was very devious, but also very soft.
Yes.
And not necessarily good soft.
Exactly. Alosa is more of a pirate than he is.
100%. Absolutely. Like, she's more of a pirate than half of his crew.
Yeah. I don't know why she liked him, except for he's hot. I mean...
I think that was it. Like, he was just hot. And the opposite of everything she's used to.
Yeah.
But also that doesn't mean you should make out with him. Go find somebody else.
So he's definitely not what I would consider book boyfriend material. He was he's fine. You know, he's trying to do the right thing, but also protect his brother. You know, he has loyalty to his brother. So I kind of understand his conflict, you know, like he wants to make sure she's not injured, but also no detriment to his brother. Don't kill him, please. Yeah. Don't kill my brother.
Even though my brother beat you repeatedly and did all of these terrible things to you,
had you almost broke your
hands and like hung you from your wrists for a full day and all this other shit.
Yeah, she was like that scene. That's okay. So she was told to either work or she would get like strung up basically. And she just said, fuck you, I'm not working. So they strung her up. She didn't think they would actually do it, I think. And I think she just thought that they would have her up there for a couple hours and let her down. Yeah. But she was up there all day to the point where she had like bruised wrists from hanging there. She's trying to hold herself up for a minute and then she couldn't do it anymore. And she could have used her powers to get out of that, but she didn't. She's very, what is the word when people just feel like they have to self-sacrifice for the greater
martyr.
Good? Yeah,
she's definitely a martyr.
Yeah, she's got that vibe going. And I just, even though, and I think again, I think at this point, we all knew that she was a siren. So most of the torturous things she was having to deal with did not affect me. And I think the way it should have, because she could have easily not had to do that. Or why not
Same.
just
Yeah.
work? Like, why not just do
Yeah.
whatever work they wanted to assign you? Like, what is the point of that? I don't.
She was showing off, even though she
Mhm.
kept saying, I can't show them how powerful I really am. I can't let them know how strong I really am. I have to hold back on this. I can't let them see that. But now I'm going to let them hang me, and then I'm going to climb the rope, and I'm going to kick them in the face. And I'm going to do all these things and be such a badass.
Mhm.
And it just, yeah, you're right. It didn't hit as hard.
Which I think maybe is because we're accustomed to reading a lot more
Adult books
adult
with,
books. Yeah, or a lot more intense books. Like,
mm-hmm.
this was really a lightweight story, to be honest. It was
And
very.
that's really funny because, like, over a dozen people died.
Mhm.
Like, in the first chapter, I think there was 5 people had their throat slit right away. And normally in any book, if 5 characters or 5 people die right away, you're like, wow, this is a really dark and heavy book. And this one, you're like, no, it's just kind of cute and fun. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
dying, but it's
but
not,
it's fine.
but it's fine.
Yeah, it's
She,
like, did the author not know how to deliver that in a way that should have been more impactful? Because, yeah, I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, those people died. Oh, well. And then Alyssa turned around and killed a couple people on her side,
mm-hmm.
So.
I feel like she was going for like a lighthearted tone though, because
Mhm.
there's so much humor in the rest of it that like it would not have fit with. Okay, so when we read Butcher and Blackbird, that
Mhm.
got real dark and really, really twisted and gross because serial killers. But it was also
Mhm.
really funny, but it
Mhm.
fit in that dark and twisted funny.
Right.
You know, Alosa and her jokes, it wouldn't fit in that way. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think the author chose to have a more lighthearted tone. And so even though she's killing people, she's glossing over it to make it seem less impactful. So it's less dark because she wanted it to keep it light, is my
Well,
theory.
I think you're right, because I think the author did that also with how she was kind of explaining how her father was, how the Pirate King is. Clearly, she was abused, but she's like, it's just training. It's all good. And it was like, okay, so how are we, the reader, supposed to feel about that? Are we supposed to be like, oh my God, she was abused? Or is it just really, are we supposed to take it like, oh, she's in a hard training program and now she's the best and can do everything? Both?
Both, I think, because, yeah, she's obviously very traumatized still from her dad and doesn't want to admit that. And so,
Mm-hmm.
even when she was opening up to Ryden and talking about all of her scars and such, she's like, yeah, it's whatever. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's lots of, training and doing this and that and the other. And she glosses over it herself. So, I feel like because we're in her mind, we have that trauma, PTSD, it didn't happen,
Yeah.
naivete, like that buried trauma.
Yeah.
And it, as she grows up, it'd probably come out and she'd need lots of therapy to work through it.
Well, I'm curious about how much time is going to pass between this book and the next book, because the way the author decided to deal with that, again, it's like, yeah, serious things, but they are glossed over with this sugary glaze. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not really dealt with in any kind of way, any of the things that are happening. It's all kind of like hazy and
Mm-hmm.
it's there, but not there. And for
Yeah.
her to suddenly need to have this character growth where she's dealing with her father and other things, I wonder if that's even going to be the case.
Probably not. No, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like the next book is going to be very similar to this. But if she were to write a book where Alosa was almost 30 or like 25 instead of 17, you know, do a huge time jump. Maybe then she'd be able to face her trauma and her father, but I don't think we're going to see that in the next book.
I don't know. And I just feel like that's lost opportunity. But again, there I go. I'm looking for something deeper, darker, more serious in this YA book. And that's the problem. But that I almost wonder, why can't it just be a fun pirate story with some romance? Why even include that stuff?
About her dad?
About just why include the threats of assault? Why include people's throats being,
I think
sliced
just to show that there is a dark side to piracy, that there is something going down, so to speak. Like if it was just a light, fluffy, oh, she's thrown in the brig, but there's never any hint of danger, we'd be sitting here right now going, it was so boring. It was just way too light and fluffy.
That's how I felt, though. I didn't feel like anything bad was going to happen to her. Nothing.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
I don't know.
Without the hint there, it would have been so much worse.
I think that's my problem. And I think, honestly, and to be fair to the book, I just think I'm in a space where YA just doesn't agree with me anymore.
And that's totally fair.
Yeah, because I know that these are things that obviously 5 or 6 years ago, I didn't care, right? 5 or 6 years ago, I'm like, it's a cute story. I remember liking it. That's how I was thinking about it. But now I'm like, well, I guess it's okay. I just, I need a more adult YA.
Yes. Yeah, no, like I said, if I was 16 reading this for the first time, I would have loved it. Like this book is perfect for 16-year-olds. Now that I am much older than 16, I'm like, yeah, it's cute, but it's not for me.
No, like I feel no urge to feel extremely emotional about the characters or what they went through or anything. I just feel like I read a story. It was fine. I like that the heroine was stronger, and not really weak. I love that. But it was very ABC. It followed the expected road. Nothing surprised me. And it's very simple. It's a simple story.
Yeah, no, it's very simple, very fast.
Yeah.
She has one goal and she sticks to that goal the entire time. Like it's very easy.
It is very easy. And I guess that's good in a way. Like if you really want something that you really don't have to think about too hard, you really don't have to dissect a lot, because honestly, what's on the page is what you get. Like I don't think there's a lot of digging into ulterior motives. I think maybe the most the character that might have had that a little bit was Ryden, I guess, maybe a little, but
he told her exactly what he was doing from the start. The other guy, was it Terrace? Or he came on the ship and he was like, I work for your dad. And she was like, ew, I don't need your help.
Oh, yeah.
And then it turned out he was like, no, I don't work for your dad. I work for Valden or whatever. And then the final plot twist was, oh, no, he was Valden all along. So I feel like he had the most, like, I'm hidden character twist.
Yeah, he was a sleeper cell. He was in there. That was interesting, but not.
No. There were a couple times where she's like, I hear squeaky stuff and it's not me, but the boat just squeaks. And I was like, no, somebody's watching you. Like, if you're hearing squeaky noises, somebody's out there watching you and you should do something about this.
And the irony, though, this whole time she thinks she's being so sneaky, and this guy is literally watching every single thing she does.
Even he knows everything.
Like, how are you supposed to be this excellent pirate with these awesome abilities, and you're so self-aware, and you know it, but you had no clue somebody was like watching you every second?
Yeah, no, that That does not fly. That does not work.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. Like, that's a plot hole in itself. Like, how is this
Yeah,
guy able to just
that was the
watch you
plot
like that?
hole. I know. That was weird.
Like, she should have had the intuition to know somebody was sneaking around. I mean, even if she caught him once or twice and kind of just brushed it off as something else, even that would have been acceptable. But to just have this guy hiding in plain sight the entire time.
Time.
Mm-hmm. Strange.
So weird.
I don't know. Again, it's fine.
It's cute. I remember laughing at some of the scenes and some of the lines. I couldn't tell you what they were.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is funny. This is making me laugh. And that was that. Like that. Yeah.
What did you think about her crewmates, the girls that came in, like, were following her? Even
I thought they were cute, and I wanted to see more of them.
Yeah, I like them. Even I think the assassin is going to be interesting next time.
Oh, absolutely.
Since old boy is in love with her immediately.
I like how he's been described as ugly, old, and fat repeatedly. And he takes one look at her. He's like, she's beautiful. She's amazing.
Yeah, I thought he might have been too old for her, but we don't know how old the assassin is. We don't know, I don't think.
Well, we also don't know how old he is because remember, it's all like the sons and the young boys of the old crews. They're all probably like 20, 25 maybe. So he's probably close to age-ish.
Yeah. Which also, I didn't really grasp that at first, that entire crew was so young. I think I did not catch that at first.
Yeah, it was a little difficult to catch that, but Ryden talked about it a couple times, and I was like, all right, fine, okay, they're all young, even though you keep describing them as old and fat. And like, what is old? 30? Because that's not old.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's all like, if I have to be watched by someone, I want it to be her. And she's like, that's my assassin. He's like, okay. She's like, did you hear what I said?
He's like, yeah.
He's like,
kill me.
That was funny to me. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Like, so yeah, there were moments. I liked her crew. I think there's going to be some interesting conversations to be had once, they're all together again, working toward a common goal.
What do you think about Ryden's brother?
He's just a villain for the sake of being a villain, I think.
Yeah. Do you think she should have killed him?
Yeah.
Same. That was the biggest point where I was like, you can stand back and let somebody else kill him. Like, you don't have to protect him like this. Because he's just going to be a thorn in your side. He is going to make your life miserable. And there is no happy ending anywhere. Like, you can't reform him. You can't fix him. What are you going to do? Just let him rot in the cage forever?
I don't know. Maybe the author will try to change him or something, but that'll just be a cop-out. Maybe he'll die another way.
He should.
I don't know.
Like, he's not a good person, and he's not going to redeem himself.
And I honestly don't comprehend. Yeah, she didn't kill him the first time because he asked, right? But then when there was
one, I get that. Fine, whatever. But then, like, in the final battle, when all these other people are fighting him, and then her dad shows up to fight him, and all this other shit is going down, and she's like, I have to protect him. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Just let him, oops.
I didn't get there. My dad killed him. Somebody else killed him. Like, sorry, Ryden, your brother's gone. Not my fault.
He should be dead, to be fair. And then that would give great storyline for him to get over his brother being dead. Instead, again, it's very YA. It's happy.
So YA.
Everybody who's important, survives.
Yep.
I did think, honestly, I thought the scene where she was swimming in the sea or the ocean was pretty fun. She's dragging him along, and then she's like, oh shit, this motherfucker can't breathe. Okay. I forgot. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, this guy. Let me get him some air. She's having a good time in the water and living her best siren life. And then she's like, oh shit, I'm dragging something. He looks like he's having a hard time.
Yeah. No, it was little moments like that just made me laugh and be like, wow, this is fun. Like this is a good time.
Yeah. So I guess overall it's a good romp, you know?
Yeah, no, it's well written, it's cute. I 100% would recommend this for 16-year-old girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see teenagers who want to get into reading and they're like, should I read Haunting Adeline? I'd be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Come read Daughter of the Pirate King. Like, start here.
Yeah. If you want pirates, start here. These are okay. You can deal with that.
This is appropriate torture and death for you.
Yeah. Even the scene where they were on the beach and she was being forced to use her powers to show what she could do on writing. It's just like, do whatever. It's fine. I'm like, what? But
yeah,
that was
a very dumb plan on his part. Like,
yeah,
the dumbest of dumb plans. But at least it worked. It
did work. By the skin of their teeth. I mean, my God, that was an awful plan.
Teeth. Yes.
Yeah, he almost died.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's so smart.
He's not.
No, he's not.
Really not.
Okay, what else? Do we have some other points, or should we just take a quick break and then come back and
we can take a break.
See what else we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a break. I know you probably have some things on your list of do you have more things? Girl, no. We gonna come up with some more things. We're gonna take this quick break, you guys. Come back and see what we come up with. We're gonna have something. We'll be right back.
Let me flip through the book real fast.
Welcome back, everyone. We don't know what else we have. I mean, honestly, this book really got it easy from us this month. It got off easy because we've both been sick.
Yes.
So you know what? It almost got a free pass. I feel like.
I mean, yeah. Like I got nothing. I'm sitting here. I'm even flipping through the book. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Because, y'all, we like to dig a little critically into the books. Yeah, it's for fun. But you got to read with a critical eye a little bit. We try to do that. But that's why I say got off easy. We found a couple things, but
we got nothing.
I mean, Casey didn't even come with her plot holes. Like, come on now.
I mean, okay, we talked about what's his name and his
stealth abilities.
Abilities.
Yeah.
To learn everything, and she doesn't realize that she's being stalked. Like, all right, that's plot hole. There we go.
Yeah. I'm sure there's at least 5 or 6 more that we just totally glossed over because
absolutely.
We're like, what did we read again?
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I'm about to make a million excuses. So we've been sick, but it's been over a week since we read this book, to be fair. So it got off easy. It got a pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will say, honestly, in my opinion, at the highest level, it was a good enough read.
Mm-hmm.
If you want something easy, quick, let's not think too hard about it. What you see is what you get, generally speaking, with this story.
Yes.
It's fine. This is what you're signed up for. This is what you're going to get delivered. So the expectation has been met.
Absolutely. 100%. Like, it's very fast read. Very, I hate to say superficial, but it's very superficial. Yes, she has trauma, but she's not diving into that, and she probably won't in book 2. So we're staying at that superficial trauma level. And I know I keep saying this over and over and over again, but this is a perfect book for 16-year-old girls who are either just getting into reading, haven't really read much of anything, want to dip their toes into the fantasy world, but don't want to go too dark just yet. It's good for that. That's what this book is for. That's who this book is for. That's not us. And so this book doesn't hit for us, but it's not It's not badly
It's not
written.
bad.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
a
not
bad
bad.
book. It's just, it is what it is.
And I do feel so when we picked this, I remember telling you, I'm not sure if we made the right choice.
Yeah, you did say that.
So I instantly felt regret after we announced that this is what we were going to read. But it was already out in the world. It was already out there. I couldn't pull it back. So sorry, not sorry. It is what it is.
It's nowhere near the worst book we read. Like, honestly, I would rate this higher than most of the stuff we read last year. Just because, like, there wasn't massive, awful, glaring issues that I have to rip apart. But that, like, it's very
it's
middle of
utterly
the road.
forgettable. It's forgettable because, like I mentioned before, I read this back in 2017 and didn't remember anything about this book. I didn't even remember that the girl revealed she was a siren in this book.
I mean, to be fair, that was 8 years ago.
It was, but geez, so Pete, and who knows if in another couple of years if I'm going to remember this book again.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's very forgettable. It's candy. Like, I've used that term before with other books. It's just you enjoy it while you have it, and when it's gone, it's gone. I think that's what this falls in, and that's fine. We all enjoy a good piece of candy sometimes. So everything doesn't have to be everything,
Yeah, absolutely.
I did listen to the audiobook as well, and the audiobook narrator did a good job. I enjoyed it. I was able to listen fast, despite what Audible thinks I should be doing, I don't know if you heard about that drama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I did listen at like 1.5 and 1.7. So nah. I listened fast and it was good. But yeah, I have not listened to that narrator before. I don't see her name pop up often, but I am curious to see if she narrates the next book. Because I had no issues with her, so assuming the POV doesn't change, Marissa does do the second book. Okay. So the third book, I think, is like technically...
I thought it was like a duology and then a spin-off, like in the same world.
Even though they say it's book 3, but it's not really book 3 because it's like a standalone in that world.
Okay.
So it's not really... I hate when they do that. Just say it's a spin-off. Like, don't say... But I think the author actually wrote several books in this world, I think.
Ooh.
But they're all kind of like, I think there might be, don't have me misspeaking, but I think there may be like a 4th book that's really like a prequel or something.
Okay, so maybe she is going to get deeper into the PTSD and trauma in other books.
Yeah, maybe. But the question is, do I care enough to even attempt it? I don't know. Probably not. Because it looks like, it looks like a little short something came out from Ryden's point of view. It's called Ryden's Chapter.
Ooh.
Vengeance of the Pirate Queen is like being labeled as book 3, but it says it's a standalone that was published last year. And that's it for now. So.
Is that the assassin? Because that's a black woman on the cover.
It
and
is
as
a
we
black
know,
woman on the cover.
Our siren girl is
redheaded. White and redheaded.
White and redheaded.
Yes, as an assassin working for the Pirate Queen.
Sweet.
Serena is surprised when Alosa's next task is for her to not kill a new target, but to captain a hand-picked crew on a rescue mission. Huh. Okay. So she got her own little side story. That's fun.
I like that.
Interesting. Well, the ratings are pretty good, but who knows if I'll actually be in the mood to attempt it. I don't know. But that's why I didn't want to include that third book, because it's really not a part of this story arc. It's clearly was intended to be a duology, and the author added that, I think, as fan service probably. Or she had a story in there for that character. There must be something really... She probably has a lot of the story in the second book. She's probably in there a lot.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
now
that's
that
cool.
our pirate queen is back on her own ship and surrounded by her pirates, hopefully we get some more character development with all of the other women and all of that fun stuff. Because I want that.
Yeah,
That's what I
me too.
want.
Yeah, so I hope that's what we get because it sounds like it could be fun.
Absolutely.
So I guess should we go ahead and rate Daughter of the Pirate King?
Yeah, let's do it. You want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Sure, why not? You can go first.
I give it 3 stars. It was fun, but forgettable. It was what it was. 3 stars isn't bad. It's good. 3 stars is good. This book was good.
Yeah, definitely. In Shelf Addiction World, 3 stars is a good review, a good rating. You want if you get 3 stars over here, you're winning.
Yes.
I give a lot of 3 stars out, including this one. So yes, my rating did change from 2017. In 2017, I gave it 4 stars, but for the life of me, I cannot remember why. I don't know why. But how I feel today in 2025, 3 stars. It's good enough, right? If you need something quick, easy, you don't have to think too hard. Stack your book count.
Yes.
This will be a fair option as long as you don't mind like a genuinely YA feeling book. But if you've been hardcoring it all year, the last 12 months, and then you read this, you're going to be like, oh, this is very soft. So just prepare yourself for that. I think we've done a good job explaining that. So don't act like you didn't know. This is there's no hotness on the scale here. It's 0 out of 10, in my opinion.
Yeah. No lies detected.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, we are going to come back with book 2, which is Daughter of the Siren Queen. So we get to see the other half of her life, probably. Maybe we even get to meet her mother, I'm assuming. Maybe. Who knows?
I hope so.
We get to spend out
alive.
Spend some more time with the females of the crew instead of a boat full of smelly men. It smelled like a boys' dorm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God.
That would be awful.
In college, how you go to the boys' dorm and it has like this funky smell. It's like the worst. Like, why does it smell so bad in the boys' dorm?
Ever. Yeah.
It had this like, oh my God, the college I went to. Oh, I would dread going to the boys' dorm. It was awful. Like, what the hell? What world have I stepped into? Something died. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to come to book club and talk to everyone else about this book, you've heard our opinion, but you have to hear others' opinion because, we like to let everyone else air their feelings and not just ours.
We love everybody at book club. It's so
I know
fun.
we do. It's so fun to hear other people's point of view. And sometimes it ends up making me feel a little more nicer about the book. And sometimes I feel vindicated because everyone agrees. So just depends on the month.
Yes. And the book.
Join us.
The author. Yeah.
Yeah. So come on along, join us and find out how it's going to pan out this month. Fun times. I think that is it. Also, again, thank you to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's episode. Head on over to magicmind.com/shelf addict JAN and pick up the set for 45% off. The link is in the show notes. And I'm trying to think, was there anything else?
I mean, we have a lot for the after show. So
I know we do. So you guys support the podcast by coming over onto Patreon as a supporter there, or join us on the Spreaker app, and you'll hear all the Onyx Storm drama that we're about to talk about right now. It's going to be good.
Yes.
I bet if you haven't been online, there's so much going on. You probably have no idea. So
yeah, no, that's me. You're about to give me all the tea because I have been laid up on bed, ignoring social media, ignoring the world, ignoring my phone. So you're gonna You're going to tell me everything.
You're so good. I've been doom scrolling. I can't stop. My fingers like, sing, sing, sing. My thing. My phone is like, put me down. I'm overheating. I'm like, ah. All right, guys, we're going to end things there. Thanks so much for listening to the entire episode. We appreciate you for doing that. And we'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.